Hello, Cormac. The email might be unusually long, so I decided to record a YouTube video too. I will attach the video here so you could also watch for better context and maybe even prove my desire for this. I've seen your content on Twitter for a long time, and I credit you and some other familiar names in the B2C iOS app space on Twitter directly for motivating me to dedicate my entire time um, to B2C apps instead of chasing the B2B indie hacker path. So a little bit about me. I'm 21 and I dropped out of school because I enjoyed building apps and I have found fulfillment in the grind. Um, I've pushed for iOS apps in the past few months and I worked on the growth team of an app called Caps. As they scaled to 1 million ARR, I got a job when I was 19. Um, so when I saw you were hiring for a growth marketer and head of operations, it made me happy because I'll be able to experiment and win. I will explain in detail why I have the right experience for this. So I worked extensively with VAs in the Philippines, and I coordinated them, including guiding them on outreach and also organizing payments. I also worked extensively and cultivated relationships with creators in countries where English is pretty much not even their first language. And a case study is when we ran a campaign on instantly in their local language to reactivate our existing influencers list, and we got a significantly better response. So these types of acts and creativity is some of the best traits about me. So right now, I'd love to talk about some influencer strategy that I've sort of planned out based on what I know publicly about Oasis. So I'll personally map out influencers based on what I found on the top rated section of the Oasis landing page, and I'll also perform some initial actions. I'll define influencer archetype and put VAs that I already have their contact on the search and get to maybe like I don't know 50 good influencers across different platforms with mid-level audience rather than large audience because they tend to be way expensive and unnecessary. Then I will personally cultivate relationship with these creators and define the culture and vibe we expect from videos. So I will also explain the vision to them. Um, right now, I have all the videos Oasis are posted on TikTok already. I added them to the demo dashboard I built for this page, so I know what the vibe and vision is sort of. Um, so also, I would love to talk about the content flywheel and infrastructure. I feel like in the very first weeks, I'll be setting up infrastructure for content flywheel and affiliate commission to signed creators. I will also make sure we get a certain amount of videos per week, and direction will be mostly from you, based on what you want and what your vision for the campaign will be. So to increase content volume, I thought about different ways, and the best way to do this is to basically increase creators and output per creator. But rather than focusing on creators only, I believe we can integrate AI too. But we just have to make it a little bit subtle because I believe the major deciding factor on if an AI content will perform well is usually if the voice sort of sounds weird or not. So the voice will be the defining factor on what will be determined as good AI content. So I believe subtle AI could be used to increase content volume, even though I'm very aware of the limitations that comes with it, and maybe some might not really be fully refined yet at the current stage of AI videos. But I believe we can use podcast clips and frame replacements of these podcast clips rather than full UGC videos. Um, I also believe UGC might be useful to get consistent AI videos too. Also, we can target health nerds like Joe Rogan and Chris Will watchers. We can use podcast clips with AI, which are currently underutilized, and I can do this successfully alone without any hand holding from you. You don't even need to check in. I'll just do it. So I feel like I can actually define content style across multiple sub niches who might be interested in water tracking and maybe increase content volume so that there's enough data to understand what works or not. I got this directly from the top rated section of your landing page, which gave me an idea of an existing and defined audience. So basically, the request that comes with this video and the pitch and all that is to not necessarily bore you. I'll stop here, but I have a lot of ideas, and I'll really appreciate the opportunity from considered. So I'll just keep sending these things with different ideas until I get a reply. I'll put this on YouTube and I'll tag you too.